everyone, hello, Roberto here for another video review. It's the new, yes, the new, look at that, new, Nestlé Aero Golden Honeycomb Flavour bar. Yeah, so I say this, you might have picked it up, but it is just Golden Honeycomb Flavour, so there's no, well, as far as I know, there's no honeycomb in it. So we had that problem with the caramel flavour one we did before, where it looked like it had caramel in it, but then it had flavour, I'm quite sure, underneath at the bottom there. And there was no actual caramel in it. I mean, it would have been really exciting, very similar to the Milk Lovely bar, I would imagine, and that's a Cadbury's Whisper as well. It had actual caramel in it, but it didn't. So, yeah, interesting one, but there we go. It's just going to be honeycomb flavour, so we'll see how that goes, basically, I think. Hopefully that'll be good. Now, I do have, those of you might know, Aero have their sort of little melts, little button varieties going on, and they've done a version for that as well. But it's not actually covered in chocolate, so this one's got a chocolate covering, as you can see there. Well, it looks to have anyway. But this one doesn't, so we're interested to see what's the difference. I imagine, well, you'd think this one would be better, wouldn't you? But we'll see. I'll review that afterwards anyway. I won't do it as the same review. I'll review it separately, so we'll see. But yeah, so there we go. So what does it say? Well, it says, feels the bubbles melt, TM. There we go. I mean, it looks great. I love all the bubbly effects. I mean, it's a nice colour scheme. Looks really good. What have we got on the back? Building a bubblier future, it says. Okay, so it's got about the Nestlé Cocoa Plan Rainforest Alliance. When you choose Aero, you support the work of the Nestlé Cocoa Plan in partnership with the Rainforest Alliance. This means building bright futures for cocoa farmers and their communities, and delicious bubbly chocolate for you. All right. Okay. So you can feel good about eating chocolate, I guess, is the gist of it. 90 grams. I guess it's a good thing, isn't it, really? But, you know, obviously. I think I always say this back in the day when I was at university, Nestlé came under fire for not supporting fair trade. So obviously they're now making, these days, they do make a lot of effort to show that they do support that kind of thing. Your fair traders and Rainforest Alliance are kind of intertwined. Well, not too sure. Unfortunately, it does meld into one, doesn't it? But I think the concepts are the same, or very similar at least. All right, so we're 400 grams, 534 calories, so we're quite on the 500 to 550 calorie scale that most chocolate products tends to be between, at least from my experience reviewing this channel. 29.7 grams of fat, 17.6 of which are saturates, and for 4 pieces, I think that's probably a row. I think it was going to be 4 bubbles there. I think it's a 4x7 bar, I think, on feel. So per 4 pieces, 69 calories, 3.8 grams of fat, 2.3 of which are saturates. That's a 90 gram bar. Your servings, 4 pieces, 1 serving. Suitable for vegetarians, it says there, I think. Yes, it does. You can touch on Instagram, Twitter, all this, that, and the other. Do not recycle in the UK, it says. I assume it means a wrapper, not just generally. In Republic of Ireland, you can recycle, so that's weird, isn't it? That is weird. Why is that? You know, why can't we recycle in the UK but we can in the Republic of Ireland? So very strange that. Smooth milk chocolate filled with honeycomb flavour bubbles. Milk chocolate contains milk, solids 14% minimum, and vegetable fat in addition to cocoa butter. Alright, it's got palm fat in there. So again, you know, is palm fat might be sustainably sourced, but it's still a bad idea even if it's sustainably sourced. Rainforest Alliance certified cocoa. And is it sustainably sourced? We've no idea, have we really? It doesn't seem to specifically say, so who knows. Oh yes, there's a bit of flourishes actually there. You can see some flourishes going on. You can clearly see it's probably about half a segment to a segment's worth. So, you know, if there wasn't the flourishes the same size, you could have, you know, another segment at least. So yeah, interesting. But alright, let's move myself down and give it an open. So let's do it. Let's give it an open. Right, okay, everyone, I'm going to give this Nestlé Aero Golden Honeycomb Flavour bar an open. Yeah, so looks very interesting. On the outside at least, how's it look on the inside? So the old, what's it say? Reclose and peel shenanigan going on there. You can't see it. So let's give it an open. So time recording, I've done over almost 1,010 reviews, believe it or not. So over 1,000 basically. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right hand corner, I'll link to a playlist of all my other reviews, or some related ones, such as other Nestlé ones, or Aero ones, or honeycomb ones maybe. So yeah, if you watch this and like the video and subscribe, as I say, go check those out. Hope you enjoy those too. Wow, it's a lovely, yeah, it's a lovely honeycomb smell coming from it. Now, I don't know if that's just because I've pumped honeycomb aroma into the wrapper, which they are known to do, chocolate manufacturers and also coffee manufacturers, for instance. So it might just sort of die down, but unless it's just been trapped in there as well, of course, you know, just from when it was manufactured. But there we go. So yeah, it is a 4x7 bar as predicted, or as I felt for the wrapper. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks very nice. See what's it got there, like a bubble design. It doesn't say Nestlé or Aero on it, but it has bubbles on it, so interesting. I mean, obviously, you know, for obvious reasons, it doesn't go through to the bottom. It's not like a spherical, you know, it's not spherical all the way around, basically, you know, so it's flat at the bottom so you can lay it down things. So I think that makes sense. But it would be nice visually if they were sort of like, you know, actual spheres all melded together, wouldn't it, like bubbles. But it still looks good. I've seen better bubble effects. I think the Cadbury Demo sort of bubble segmented bar used to have. I don't know if it still does. Look pretty good. Still looks good though. Still looks nice. All right, so let's get the old measuring sticks, measuring apparatus out. I've got the old calipers here. So let's give it a measure in width. 8.1 centimeters. In height, obviously it's bubble shape, but as it is, about 1.5 almost. In between the segments, about 1 centimeter. Then the length, I have to use a measuring stick for this, so calipers don't extend quite as far. Usually anyway, when they start doing so, we'll know they've shrunk the bars. It's about, yeah, about roughly 16.3. Basically, 16.3. Alright, let's give it a bit of a snap. Well, look at that, I wasn't expecting that, even though on the front of it, I guess it did look a bit golden, but it's very white. I would say I was expecting it to look a bit darker than that. I mean, look at that on the front, you can see it's clearly, yeah, it's a lot lighter, you know, compared to what it should look like, I think. I think it should definitely look more of an orange colour, more like a crunchy, Cadbury Crunchy style shade of, well, orange, or brown, or whatever I'm going to say. You know, there's a video online that sort of brown is basically dark orange, and I think that's, I think you can appreciate why that could be the case. Let's look on this photo. But yeah, that should definitely be dark. I don't know why it's so light. I mean, honeycomb can be light, I guess, but I was expecting more of an orange colour from that. Alright, let's give one a bit of a chop as well. There you go. In fact, let's have a, for a chop one, let's just have a look. You can see the bubbles there. Focus is in. Will it focus? Okay, it took a while, but we got there. It focused in the end. So you can see a nice look of bubbles there. It looks like the centre does extend all the way to the top. Now you notice it isn't actually white chocolate. It looks like white chocolate or whatever, but it's not. Also you'll notice, I mean, you'll heard it wasn't, it says honeycomb flavour bubbles, it says. So smooth milk chocolate filled with honeycomb flavour bubbles. So it doesn't really tell you what that actual centre is, you know, so it's not actually white chocolate in there, even though it looks like it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's give it a bit of a chop then, just so we can see. Right, yep. There you go. You can clearly see there that it is full of that centre, you know, even at the, even in between the segments. So that's quite interesting. But it is basically that sort of centre that Aero always use for their, you know, snow bubbles, things like that, or the mint ones they have. But it's just that sort of, you know, they just basically colour it different colours essentially. And yeah, it's some kind of filling, but who knows what it is. It isn't actually chocolate. So if you go up close, it does have a honeycomb smell to it. But yeah, I would say definitely could look a bit better. But how does it taste? Let's lift myself up, give it a taste. Let's find out. So let's do it. Okay then everyone, get this Nestlé Aero Honeycomb Flavour bar, or Golden Honeycomb Flavour bar. A taste, feel the bubbles melt. Yeah, so basically, it's not actually got any honeycomb in it, it's just flavoured centre. And the centre isn't quite as dark as it looks like on the wrapper. You can see the difference there. It's a lot lighter, isn't it? I mean, I expect it to look a bit more orangey brown than that. But alright, how does it taste? Let's well, let's find out. Let's give it a go. Not bad, you know. It's very creamy, as you probably would imagine. So the centre does look creamy, and it is. But it's like a honeycomb flavoured cream. You know, it's quite smooth, the centre, as you'd also imagine, because of the fact that there's so many bubbles in it. It's okay. I feel like I don't know. I get it. I get why it's not got actual honeycomb in it. I get it, because obviously that's not the Aero centre then. Honeycomb is quite bubbly anyway. You know, I don't know. It's just honeycomb flavoured Aero essentially. It'd be nice if it wasn't a sort of this cream flavoured centre, whatever, or this creamy centre. It was actually chocolate, and that was just flavoured honeycomb. Obviously, they'd have a centre that they use for various flavours, you know, mint, orange, and all the other flavours they do. And they've obviously just used the same one and just swapped out the flavour. But, you know, because they've obviously got that mechanism in place to do that with that filling. But it'd be nice if it was chocolate, you know, if it was actually Aero chocolate and that was flavoured. Yeah. And that could be going for all their various flavoured ones, really. I feel like this one is just too creamy, really. It's not horrible, though. But it's just not that, I don't know, it's not... It's just not that interesting. It's just too creamy, basically. It's okay. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the honeycomb, it is just a flavour. And I think the creaminess of the centre just works against it, really. It just adds, it's another flavour to it that really doesn't need to be there. But I guess it's quite distinct, It's all right, but it's a bit too creamy. It's a bit sickly. The honeycomb flavour's kind of lost a bit in that. It's still there, but it's just not. It just doesn't work really with that creaminess. I don't think it's okay. It's certainly not one I think you'd have more than once. It's interesting, but it'd be nice if it had actual honeycomb pieces in there. Although how that would work, I don't know. Would it be too hard with the crunchy bits in? Maybe, because the air is quite soft, so maybe it wouldn't work. Yeah, I feel it'd be better if it was actually just proper Aero chocolate all the way through, and that was flavoured rather than this weird creamy centre. So, So I think for me, with all that in mind, I think it's a nice idea. It's interesting. I'm glad they're doing different flavours, but it's just not one that works with it, unfortunately. And certainly, honeycomb fans are not going to be happy with it because there's no actual honeycomb in it, and so you don't really get, a massive sense of eating something honeycomb-like, really, as a result of that. So yeah, so I think for me, 2 out of 5. It's disappointing and probably not one you'd have more than once, I don't think. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that review. You know the drill by now. Follow on Twitter and Instagram. Check out the YouTube member program and Discord server links in the description for those. Leave a like, leave a comment, so free. Always great to hear from you and always do my best to reply. Click on one of the videos that's appearing on the screen now. It's great to support my channel by continuing to watch more content. And have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.